You ever wonder what makes a classic adventure story just work? Why do some tales of heroism just feel so right? Well, today, we're going to deconstruct a single, action-packed episode featuring the child hero Shiva to really get at the hidden architecture of a perfect story. We'll break down how it builds tension, establishes a world, and delivers a total knockout victory one step at a time.
So, every great hero needs a worthy villain, right? Meet Jagira. And this line, this isn't just a boast, it's a statement of absolute, rock-solid control. He genuinely believes he's invincible on his home turf, which right away sets him up as this overconfident, really formidable bad guy. He's the perfect target for a hero to take down.
And there it is. That's the hook. That's the big question the whole story is built to answer. It creates this immediate David and Goliath vibe that just grabs you. I mean, how on earth can a kid possibly pull off what trained commandos are supposed to do? The storytellers have basically just thrown down the challenge.
All right, Section 1, Myths, Friends, and Fear. Before any of the action really kicks off, the story does something super clever. It sets its main theme, not with the villain, but in a simple conversation between friends.
This little debate isn't just filler, It's the entire story packed into a nutshell. On one side, you have Adi. He represents fear, just repeating all the scary stuff he's heard. On the other side is Riva, who's all about reason and actually understanding the situation. This core conflict, fear versus reason, that's the engine for the entire plot.
And right into the middle of this conversation stomps Inspector Ladoo Singh. He's the official power here, the guy who's supposed to be the professional. But he's all talk, he's kind of incompetent, and he's mostly there for comic relief. His purpose in the story is absolutely crucial, though. By being so ineffective, he creates this power vacuum that only a true hero, our guy Shiva, can fill. He makes Shiva's actions not just impressive, but completely necessary.
Okay, now the stakes get real. The talking's over, and Inspector Ladoo Singh announces a raid. All of a sudden, the threat of Jagira isn't just some story anymore. It's a very real, very immediate danger.
And, well, the plan fails. It fails spectacularly. The inspector literally walks his team and the kids right into a perfect ambush. Just like that, they're captured, they're totally powerless. Jagira's boast from the very beginning of our breakdown, it just came true.
Even in this super tense moment, the story gives us this absolute gem. While everyone else is, fearing for their lives, Inspector Ladoo Singh is worried about his job title. It's just a fantastic piece of character humor that completely highlights how useless he is. He's not thinking about escaping, he's complaining about kitchen duty.
So this whole capture scene, this is a classic storytelling move. It's called the low point, or the all is lost moment. Think about it. The pro soldiers are caught, the authority figure's a joke, and the kids are hostages. From a story perspective, things could not possibly get any worse. Which of course is the perfect setup for a hero to rise up. And just like that, with everyone else taken out of the picture, the story's focus zooms in like a laser. All the hope now rests on the one person who got away. It's one boy against an entire army.
See, Shiva wasn't with a main group. He was kind of trailing behind. And because of that, he's the only one who's still free. So his mission immediately changes from just following along to a full-on solo rescue operation. He's got to get inside an enemy camp, surrounded by armed guards, and he's completely on his own.
And this is where the story shows us exactly what kind of hero Shiva really is. He doesn't have a huge army or a bunch of weapons. His greatest asset is his brain. He's not going to fight his way in. He's going to think his way in. The whole plan is built on being clever and using deception.
This move right here is pure genius. Shiva doesn't just make up a lie. He uses the ridiculous situation the villain himself created, forcing the inspector to cook, as the foundation for his entire trick. He's literally turning Jagira's own ridiculous power trip against him.
So this one brilliant act of deception gets him past the guards and lets him free his friends. But it all leads to the inevitable climax, a direct showdown with Jagira himself, who is absolutely furious that he's been outsmarted by a kid. The battle of wits has now become a physical one.
And now we get to the payoff. All the setup, the villain's arrogance, the hero's smarts, the seemingly impossible odds, it all comes together in this final act, and it delivers a victory that feels so earned and just incredibly satisfying. Let's just stop and think about this for a second. A whole unit of trained commandos was taken down in minutes,
But one boy, with one clever plan, took apart the entire operation from the inside out. That contrast really shows you the massive scale of what he just accomplished.
And there it is, the official passing of the torch. The bumbling authority figure, the guy who started the mission with all this bravado, openly admits his failure. He acknowledges that a child succeeded where he and his entire force couldn't. This is the moment Shiva is finally recognized as the true hero of the story. So what does the story really teach us about being a hero? Well, it's not just about strength. It's about having the courage to act when everyone else is frozen in fear. It's about the intelligence to see a solution that nobody else does. It's about being resourceful enough to use whatever's around you, even a ridiculous cooking situation. And maybe most importantly, it's about taking responsibility and stepping up when you're needed.
And that kind of brings us to our final thought here. Why do we love stories like this so much? These tales of a kid outsmarting the powerful? They resonate so deeply because they speak to a universal truth, that courage and intelligence, they aren't defined by your age or your size. They remind us that true potential can be found in the most unexpected people, and they challenge all of us to look past the surface and maybe see the hero within.